everyone. Once again, welcome to Oceania Cruises and welcome aboard Riviera. It is with great pleasure that I bring to the stage the master of Riviera. Please welcome Captain Luca Manzi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How we are doing? Good. Did you enjoy Palma de Mallorca? Yes. Well, as you heard, my name is Luca Manzi. I'm Italian. I was born and raised in a small village close by Portofino, another beautiful area of the Mediterranean. And I have the honor and the pleasure to be in command of this beautiful ship, the Riviera. Tonight is our cocktail party night, is your welcome night, and I have the opportunity to officially welcome on board all of you on behalf of Oceania Cruises, myself, and of course the whole crew of the Riviera. The Riviera, you probably all know, is the youngest lady of the Oceania fleet. She was delivered to Oceania Cruises in May 2012. So we are in operation from 1.5 years about. Well, going back to our beautiful ship and to our crew members, as I said, we have 780 crew members on board. Most of us, we are from different nationality. We have on board an average of 50, 55 different nationalities. So it is a multicultural family, as I used to say, all a colorful family. And tonight it is my pleasure to have here on the stage with me the most important one, the one that they are running the department of the ship, and of course the one that they are making possible for the captain to just take the credit of the good cruise. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard once again. Thank you for choosing Oceania Cruises for your occasion. Cheers, Gigi, salute, bon voyage.
So a big movie that we've all had, many of us have had the chance to watch recently, is called The Butler. And it's about the gentleman that worked for 6 presidents.
Right.
Now, you worked for 3 French heads of state. And I think, Jean-Claude, you were there in tow as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Can you tell us what that was like? What was it? What's the, we all watch Downton Abbey and we look at the upstairs, downstairs, and we see all the drama.
I know. I
What
tell
was that
you,
like?
I saw The Butler, and I think it was a great movie, and certainly what the lead man, huh?
Forrest Whitaker, yeah.
Whitaker was extraordinary. Yet, however, I was asked to go to the White House for Kennedy in 1960, the spring of 1960, when I worked at the Pavilion in New York. I was here only 6-8 months. And then I was asked to go to Howard Johnson, and I went to Howard Johnson. So, to validate my choice, I have to say that the chefs were really at the bottom of the social scale. And you were in the kitchen. You were never any other place. No one would come and talk to you. There was no kudo in the dining room. When I was with Jean-Claude, we served like Eisenhower, Nehru, Tito, Macmillan were the head of state at the time that we served. Not one ever came to the kitchen or we were allowed to go to the dining room. Of course not. If one person come to the kitchen, it was to complain that something went wrong or whatever. So I'm saying that to preface the fact that when I was asked to go to the White House, I had absolutely no inkling of the possibility of, promotion or publicity or whatever, because it really did not exist at the time. And so I went to Howard Johnson eventually for 10 years. That was a long, my American apprenticeship, learning about eating habits and America and style and taste, production, marketing, and so forth, which helped me a great deal after when I opened a restaurant or worked for the Russian Tea Room or the World Trade Center in New York and so forth. I forget what we did that day, but in any case, probably a meat. I said, what can you want, a Merlot with that? Maybe a bit of a Cabernet Sauvignon? She said, I want beer. I said, what do you want? You want beer. So the guy said, and I said, well, we don't have beer anyway. She said, we have beer. She had beer underneath. She took a beer. We drank beer. I said, Jesus, really have to antagonize the... and we had the same thing. The other sponsor was Land O'Lake. And Julia used to take like half a pound of butter to put on the thing, more butter. So the president of Land O'Lake came, the vice president, to look at show. So again, Jeff told me, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm doing a dough to do an apple tart, and the same dough I'm going to do a chicken pot pie at the end to show, it can be used too. And sometimes we just decide like 10 minutes before we start. And at that point, Julia said, I want to do my own dough. I said, great, fine, no problem. So I did a dough, roll it. She helped me, we cut the apple, we put it in the oven, and I said, well, Julia is going to show you how to make another dough now. And she said, well, Jacques is going to do it. I said, I am? Okay, fine. So she said, I want you to do the dough in the food processor. I said, well, that's a good idea. A lot of people don't. So I said, how much flour? 2 cups. I put the flour, dash of salt, dash of pepper. Say, how much water? Third of a cup. I said, how much butter you want? She said, I want Crisco. I said, what do you want? Crisco? We don't have Crisco. We have Crisco. Actually, I have 10 of Crisco. Jesus. So we did half Crisco, half butter, so with the president of Land O'Lake there. I said, Jesus.
Has to be a twist. have you seen them yet? Oh, they're so spaced out. Benny and the Jets. But they're weird and they're wonderful. Oh, that Benny, she's really keen. She's got electric boots. I'm on her too. You know I read it in the magazine. Oh, oh. Benny and the Jets. Benny, yeah. Benny and the What's this? Yeah! Woo! How you doing? Yeah! Close the door and left me blind by the light. Don't let the sun go down me. Although I search myself, there's only someone else I see. Just another fragment of your losing everything. It's like the sun going down on me. Everybody's talking about the new sound, funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. Oh, it's still rock and roll to me.
Actually, I think everybody goes, but my first time I was on the regatta, we were in the Amazon River. Have you done the Amazon River? It's interesting. It's where they have the piranha, which is a man-eating, flesh-eating fish, and they have man-eating snakes there, and they have insects that give you malaria there, and seems like the perfect destination for a luxury cruise. I was so excited. And I write all my own jokes, so I was online doing some research, and I found a website, www.piranhas.com, and it turned out to be a dating service for widows in South Florida. It had nothing to do at all with fish. Now, before we get started, my good friend, my pal, and the great cruise director, Leslie John, has advised me that we probably have at least 30 different nationalities sailing on this voyage, and I'm standing here hoping that some of the nationalities understand English, because it's kind of a requirement for my show. It'll go downhill in a hurry, so I hope, and I'm going to try to talk slow. I am originally from the great state of New Jersey, and yeah, we're always talking our way out of something, high school detentions, a DUI, I'm sorry, officer, I didn't know the raincoat was open. I'm not wearing my pajamas. I thought I had them on. I'm very confused. I was on a princess ship last year. We had 700 French people on board. Lovely people, the French. But they didn't understand English, and they all came to the show, and they sat down front. And I know 5 words of French: French fries, French toast, ménage à trois, soupe de jour, and coupe de ville. After that, it was a hell of a night. Little French guy going, oui, oui, out to the left, sir. And don't forget to wash your hands. I'm told we have some guests from Germany on board. I haven't met any. I haven't seen any Speedos at the pool area, so I'm not sure. Immediately when I hear we have the German guests, I look for that Speedo, because as you know, that's the custom in Germany to wear the Speedo. It's also the custom to wear 2 sizes too small, usually. I was on a Caribbean cruise one time. We had 500 guests from Germany. That's a lot of Speedos. In fact, we had an 85-year-old German guy wearing a Speedo thong every day at the pool. That's what you want to see in the morning before your first cup of coffee, that mess. You don't need caffeine to wake you up. Old Hans will give you a jolt. Oh, jeez, babe. I haven't had breakfast. I was thinking about sausage. Get a towel. Come on. Found the level of this room in a hurry, huh? So let's see. Do we have anybody from Australia? Aussie. That's it. That's it. Kind of a quiet group from Australia. I've never had that before. Normally they throw something at me or something. Wow, okay, well, I won't even bother with the joke. There aren't enough of you. Come back when you have more people, then you get a joke. Otherwise, you don't qualify tonight. No, I don't make fun of Australia. It's a great country. I was there in February this year on the Marina, the sister ship. It was nice weather. 2 years ago, I was there on Nautica in Melbourne. It was 114 degrees in February. It was so hot, I asked the shuttle bus driver his name. He said Lucifer. But you know, I said they're all my jokes. I didn't say they were good. I just said they're all my jokes. So I'm afraid to ask if there's nobody from Australia, anybody from New Zealand, any Kiwis? Nobody. I was told we had like 50 people from New Zealand, which doesn't sound like much, but it's about 10% of the country. And not a lot of people live in New Zealand, as you know. There's only like 4.5 million people and 40 million sheep. So go ahead and write your own joke. I'll get back to you in a minute or two. I'll do that joke now that they're not here. I got to be careful. I was on a ship one time. We had 200 Kiwis on board. I'm an idiot. I'll prove that to you. And I do that stupid joke. And after the show, I run into one of the guys from New Zealand. I said, "Sir, I'm really sorry. Did that joke bother you?" He said, "Nah." So, you know. I need my drummer now. Wake him up. All right. So I know we have people from the United Kingdom. I'm hearing all kinds of crazy. Yeah, there you go. Now, let's start, because I always get confused, because if you have a UK passport, it could mean you live in England, right? Can you live in Scotland with a UK passport? You do still. Okay, right. And of course, Wales, but I don't really have any jokes for Wales. There's not much to work with there. They got some coal mines and Tom Jones. That's about it. And the Welsh rabbit, which isn't even a rabbit, for God's sakes. It's a piece of bread with cheese on it. I get very confused when I visit that country. So I do everybody from England, English people. Hello, good to see you. Smashing. Now I'm happy because I love the English. We'll have a good time together. Because you're happy. You'll give me a break. Chip, chip, cheerio. Good to see you. Lovely, smashing. Hello, how are you? They're the happiest people in the world. They must be, you medicated or something? You're always, hello, good to see you. Well, English people love to wait in line, right? You guys even name it. It's called queuing. Get in a queue. Get a queue up. They love to wait in line. I was on the Cunard Queen Elizabeth II before it went out of service. We had 2,000 Brits. They spent the entire voyage looking for a line. They walked around the ship. If they saw two people standing behind each other, they got behind them. I think it's a queue. It could be exciting. Let's wait and see. Americans, we don't wait in line. If we see two people standing behind each other, the first thing we do is kick one of them out of the way. Move, you moron. I'm in the owner's suite. You're on deck 7. Move. I'm convinced in England that if a woman has triplets, by the 6th month of the pregnancy, the babies are already lined up, waiting, ready to go. They're like, 3 months to go. Let's get ready. Queue up. Good to see you. Be careful when you go out. Don't trip. Hold on to the cord. They gave us a cord. Isn't that brilliant? A cord. Smashing. It's true. You're lovely people. You never get mad. I was on a Mediterranean cruise a few years ago, 12-day cruise, rained every day for 12 days. Now, do you know the Americans are yelling and screaming? They're walking around, hey, Captain, you got a steering wheel. Find some sunshine, for God's sakes. Come on. You know, we pay for this cruise. Come on. English people, they go outside and see the rain. Oh, it's a bit misty again today, isn't it? Oh, a bit misty. Did we bring the brolly? For the Americans, if you don't know, in England, the umbrella's called the brolly, and every English person is born with 2 arms, 2 legs, and an umbrella. It comes out their rear end, they put it over their head, and they're happy. That's chip, chip, cheerio. I am not exaggerating. I was in London a few years ago. I saw a car accident, a motor vehicle accident, I should say, and 2 elderly gentlemen, they smashed into each other. They get out of the car. Oh, I believe we've struck each other. Perhaps we should have a cup of tea and exchange insurance information. Would that be convenient for you now? I have a car accident in New Jersey. I'm going to kill you, your dog, and your mother, all right? And those are the women drivers in Jersey. It's different. English people